Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. I have to look at the calendar to make sure Yeah, it is Friday, December 29th.
Isn't it crazy?
It's the last work day of the year for many folks, so we'll see you guys next year, I suppose. But it is also International Cello Day. There's always room for cello.
Wow.
That's not what that is. It's Jello. I'm a big fan of, if the cello is played properly, it is pretty cool. It's a very cool instrument. Still Need to Do Day. So if you got stuff you haven't finished, today's the day to get it finished. National Pepper Pot Day and TikTok Day today. All of those things happening. And I've got a guest joining me. This guy, is there anything he can't do? His name is Daniel Gil. He's one of the Ninja Warrior people. But he's got so many things that he does. He's got a new book out now as well called Kingdom Ninja. And we're going to chat about that and just this amazing guy. I'm excited to chat with him. A lot of folks make resolutions this time of year. His book might help you actually keep one. We'll chat with him all about it, though, coming up.
Give yourself a little credit.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, and it can also be expensive. Are you still paying for last year's Christmas gifts? Maybe you need better credit cards. We'd love to help at bettercreditcards.com. Find a card that's a better fit for your needs. Some like cards with points or miles. Others just want a lower rate. Find what you're looking for at bettercreditcards.com.
Go ahead and switch to bettercreditcards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. So at what age did you first feel like an adult, Heidi? Or are you still waiting
I still have not gotten there.
1 in 4 of us don't really feel like adults until we're in our late 20s. According to a new poll, 2,000 adults apparently found 6% didn't really feel like they were an adult until they were in their mid-30s. Some found from the one poll survey that adulting things that people admit to enjoying are grocery shopping, balancing their budget. Really? You enjoy that? Doing the dishes? What? Laundry? No. And vacuuming? Why does anyone enjoy any of those things?
I enjoy grocery shopping.
I didn't disagree with that one. 74% said cleaning their home is enjoyable. 77% claimed that they clean for therapeutic reasons. Like that makes them feel good. 26% actually take joy in shopping for a new vacuum. Okay. Gen Z was the most afraid to admit that they like to vacuum, by the way. Millennials' guilty pleasure is doing the dishes, and Gen Z has a deep appreciation for grocery shopping. I'm sorry, Gen X, that's us, for grocery shopping. That's our, so there's why we like them.
Like I said, I like grocery shopping.
All right, what a weird study. Brought to you by bettercreditcards.com.
Do you cringe when you get your mobile phone bill? Mint Mobile can help. Just $15 a month for premium wireless. Give your family a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone to Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That is far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by GenesisGoldIRA.com. Heidi, did you know that reading books stimulates the imagination more effectively than watching television?
Yes.
A researcher in the UK found that
They
unlike
needed
reading...
to do
Well, listen to this. Unlike reading, where mental visualizations is necessary, television and movies present ready-made images, reducing the need for you to be imaginative.
Right.
They say, given its significance, especially in children, towards abilities such as planning, creativity, and empathy, fostering imagination is paramount importance. Encouraging reading over screen-based entertainment could be a key strategy in nurturing imaginative skills. Here's the thing I noticed is not part of the study. Listening to audio. Because you still have to, listen though, you still have to picture things in your mind. And I've read books where, I'm reading these descriptive words, but I've also heard people tell stories, stand-up comedy.
I get
people
that.
doing like one-person plays, whatever. But where they're talking and you have to visualize what they're saying, I wish that was part of that study. Because I bet it did just as well as reading. All right, we don't know everything, but now we know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com. ABC has announced their full lineup of performers for Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve with Ryan Seacrest 2024. That's the official title. That is a long title.
That's a long
It's
title.
a very long title. There's a whole list here of people that are going to be performing. If you're interested, it's in the show notes. I'm not going to get into it. Tiffany Haddish is making headlines again, but these are actually good ones. She has a new project that's out. It's a book, a collection of essays and stories titled I Curse You with Joy. It's going to hit the shelves May 7th. It's been announced very, very early because she's kind of on the tail of some negative news that came out at the end of the year. A couple of arrests in the last year, so that's not good. And it has to do with drinking and driving. So don't do that, especially this weekend. A lot of people are going to be celebrating. Make sure you get a ride. And Tom Cruise rented out an entire floor of a swanky London restaurant. He had some friends, and they decided we're going to get together. So they just said, let's do the whole floor. He got a $600 lobster while he was there as well. So
That's cool.
Tipped the staff over $100 each.
Good gig if you
And
can
then
get it.
slipped out the side door into a getaway car. So
Good
we
for
have
him,
to,
man.
We have to do that when we go out as well.
Yeah, we do.
Well, we slip out the side door because we skip the check. That's why we... No, we don't really do that. Big screen, little screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com.
Give yourself a little credit.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, and it can also be expensive. Are you still paying for last year's Christmas gifts? Maybe you need better credit cards. We'd love to help at bettercreditcards.com. Find a card that's a better fit for your needs. Some like cards with points or miles. Others just want a lower rate. Find what you're looking for at bettercreditcards.com.
Go ahead and switch to bettercreditcards.com.
Now, your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. Doritos has unveiled a nacho cheese-flavored booze. I think we read
We
that
talked
story
about
the other
this.
day.
That is so disgusting.
Yeah, so we talked about that. It's in the show notes if you scroll back. It's one of the weird news stories, I believe. And a 4-month-old baby was found asleep and unharmed in a cradle of fallen limbs
Oh my God.
after being sucked up in a tornado in Tennessee. Yeah. This story could have been our good news story for sure.
Oh my gosh.
Mother, Sydney Moore, watched as the bassinet containing her infant son, Lord, followed the roof of her home into a funnel of a tornado.
Oh, how terrifying.
And she thought, I'm never going to see my boy again.
Oh.
Surviving the collapse of her home, she searched desperately for her baby with her boyfriend. They had been thrown by the force of the funnel, breaking his arm and his shoulder. Then, a miracle. Lord, that's their child, was spotted in what looked like a little tree cradle.
Oh my God.
Unscathed, somehow, lying asleep in the crook of a fallen tree. Moore's sister said that it looked as though the baby was placed there by an angel. So how amazing
Most likely was.
is that? They do have a GoFundMe set up to help replace the family's home. And I don't know if it doesn't look like I have a link to that, but I bet you could probably find it if you did a search for it. But I do have the story. So you have all the details in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Isn't that amazing?
That's
Can't
a God
even
thing.
imagine.
You
That
can't
is
even, you couldn't convince me otherwise. That's a God thing.
absolutely
Pretty amazing.
Yeah, so I've got that story again. It's in the show notes. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Again, you can find that in the show notes at johnandheidishow.com.
Do you cringe when you get your mobile phone bill? Mint Mobile can help. Just $15 a month for premium wireless. Give your family a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone to Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That is far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Excited to visit right now with a pretty amazing guest. I mean, there are some people that have like one thing that they do. This guy, 7-time American Ninja competitor, 2020 American Ninja Warrior Grand Champion. He's a speaker. He's a trainer. He's a worshiper. He's a husband. He's an author. He's got it all going on. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing really well. Thanks. What a fun introduction.
And the author, that's kind of a new thing. You got Kingdom Ninja, a warrior's guide to physical, mental, and spiritual health. Let's talk about this book. How long did it take to put this together?
Really, it came so easily, so naturally to put down to pen and paper what was already in my heart, because I've wanted to do a book like this for a long time. Once I sat down and actually started doing it, it just flowed out of me in a way that I could not even begin to describe it. Everything from, this book is a culmination of both, my biography, just my life up until this point, but as well as a three-part focus on physical, mental, and spiritual health and wellness at that. And so I wanted to create a tool and a resource that would really encourage and inspire anyone who picked it up, whether they're an elite level athlete like myself or a fan of the show, just wanting to take better ownership and get off the couch and get moving again. And it's full of photos and just vibrant illustrations, as well as exercises and recipes. I've got nothing but incredible feedback from those that have already checked out the book since its release, and I could not be more happy with that.
I love that. Now, there's a lot of people that know you from TV. They see you on that course going through doing all that amazing stuff, but you do all kinds of stuff off the screen as well. They're like, you're a public speaker. The thing that's neat is in this book that all kind of comes together.
Yeah, I mean, in life, I wear a lot of different hats because I'm so passionate and gifted in so many different ways. I feel like each and every one of us, we have different talents and abilities. And from a young age, I really sought after discovering what I was good at, like what separated me from, my peers. And I began to invest in myself in all of these different ways. I wanted to work with young people as a coach. I wanted to begin speaking and encourage and motivate people. I knew from an early age that I had that gift of encouragement. I wanted to be an athlete. I knew I was the most athletic in my family, the monkey boys, the athlete playing every sport possible. And I decided I wanted to use every gift and every ability that I had, that I was aware of. So the culmination of my life now is, just from a life of pursuing these different avenues, pursuing these different giftings. And the life that I'm living now is a byproduct of spending time, energy, and effort into that, these different things. And I wrote down all these things in my book as well, because, each and every one of us, we might have a career, but we might also have other passions. And it's not to neglect any of them. I encourage people to devote time each day to building healthy habits that further these different goals or dreams that we have. Yes, sacrifice for the good of your career or your family, but do not neglect the things that make you come alive in life. And the life I'm living is one that is trying to be an example of that type of lifestyle.
So you talk about the next generation. Let's talk about when you were a kid. What was it that made you choose the path that you took?
I mean, again, I was an athlete and the most competitive kid that I knew. The path that I'm living now, I think, is a byproduct of chasing after my dreams, of learning from a young age the value of hard work, the value of taking, extreme ownership of the results that I see in life are oftentimes directly correlating to my amount of effort, my amount of responsibility. So I always wanted to work hard and give it my very best, whether I was an athlete or even scholastically, in any of my extracurricular activities as a singer, as a dancer, as a performer. I found out that I came alive in the lights and always wanted to do my best. And then even if I didn't get the results I wanted to learn from them. I don't view, failure the same way that most people do. To me, failure is just a lesson that I can learn from. I don't mind making mistakes as long as I don't repeat the same mistakes over and over again.
Yeah.
And, as a Christian, I believe that God, yes, has good plans for me. But two, the other part of that is me walking by faith, me choosing to step out of my comfort zone and go the distance, go where I feel like I'm being led. And gosh, my life has been very exciting. And from a young age, I am where I am because of the things that I believed as a young person, and the path that I am on is where I started walking as a child, giving it my all, chasing after the goals and dreams. And man, being on a TV show for about 10 years now, I never would have guessed it, but looking back, I guess it makes sense because I really was one to give it everything that I had.
Daniel, thank you so much for your time, and thanks for putting this book together.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. The book is available now. I've got a link to it in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Give yourself a little credit.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, but it can also be expensive. Are you still paying for last year's Christmas gifts? Maybe you need better credit cards. We'd love to help at bettercreditcards.com. Find a card that's a better fit for your needs. Some like cards with points or miles. Others just want a lower rate. Find what you're looking for at bettercreditcards.com.
Go ahead and switch to bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
By the age 50, your eyes will let in 20% less light than it did in your 20s.
I'm already figuring that out.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
someone
The
turn on the lights
struggle
in
is
here.
real.
Turn on the lights in here. These lights are on. Are you sure? Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Stats show the less religious you are, the more likely you are to believe in aliens. Huh, that's interesting. Because I'm both.
And I don't believe
You don't
in
believe in
aliens.
aliens? See, I don't know. There's something going on out there. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Belly buttons grow special hairs just to catch lint.
Ew.
That's why I never shave my belly button.
Who does?
I don't know. I don't think anybody does. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Right-handed men tend to put their pants on right leg first. Left-handed men start with the left leg. That's kind of cool.
Okay.
I got to pay attention because I don't know which one I start with. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Drunk men smile more often than drunk women. Well, there you go.
Really?
Yeah. Several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Do you cringe when you get your mobile phone bill? Mint Mobile can help. Just $15 a month for premium wireless. Give your family a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone to Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That is far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com. Question for you, Heidi. A survey found this is the gift we most often buy in the wrong size. What is it?
Oh, my gosh.
I'm going to have a couple of leftover Christmas things between now and the end of the year. It
I
looks
have
like.
no idea.
Gloves. Yeah, people get gloves.
That would have been
They're
my
like,
very last guess. I would have never guessed that.
Well, I'm glad I didn't make you guess because it would have taken a long time from the sounds of it. Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com.
Give yourself a little credit.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, and it can also be expensive. Are you still paying for last year's Christmas gifts? Maybe you need better credit cards. We'd love to help at bettercreditcards.com. Find a card that's a better fit for your needs. Some like cards with points or miles. Others just want a lower rate. Find what you're looking for at bettercreditcards.com.
Go ahead and switch to bettercreditcards.com.
Time now for some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Heidi, have you ever felt like enjoying one single chicken McNugget from McDonald's?
I can honestly say no.
Me neither. But if you were in Switzerland, you could do that. You could order one. McDonald's in Switzerland was offering a single McNugget option to celebrate the menu item's 40th birthday.
What would that...
I don't know. It
I
seems
don't
like
get
that's been
that.
around longer than 40 years, doesn't
Well,
it?
and who would order just one? What kind
I
of
don't know.
psychos are running around in Switzerland?
Well, fans love to enjoy jokey theorems about the breaded bites, and there's also intense competition over who gets the final McNugget. According to a new campaign they made the singles available at the fast food restaurant because everyone gets the last nugget that way.
Oh, I see.
Each special nug sells for $1.20 Swiss francs. That'd be $1.36 US if in United States. $1.36 for one nugget. You could order.
I wonder what the little container looks like that it comes in.
I don't know. I've got a link, though, if you want to look. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. This time of year, we have a lot of best of and worst of lists.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are for the last year, but this one is the best Netflix shows of all time. So it's
Okay.
not just the last year. According to a panel of expert sources, and this has to do with how many people watched it and how good the shows were and whatnot. So tell me if you agree with any of these, Heidi. I don't know if I don't think you've seen any of them. Number 5 on the list, Orange is the New Black.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it.
Number 4, Squid Game. Number 3, Master of None. Number 2, BoJack Horseman. And the number 1 best Netflix show of all time, what do you think it is?
I don't know.
I thought you were going to guess
Ozark?
I thought you were going to guess Wednesday. Wednesday is not on the list. Ozark is not on the list. Me is not on the list. The answer is Stranger Things.
Oh, okay.
So those just the top 5, according to expert sources. I don't know who those people are, but they consider themselves experts because they watch Netflix. The list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
Do you cringe when you get your mobile phone bill? Mint Mobile can help. Just $15 a month for premium wireless. Give your family a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone to Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That is far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now, your quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. Our quote today is from Groucho Marx, who says, "Outside of a dog, a book is man's best friend. Inside of a dog, it's too dark to read."
Okay, I like that one.
He had so many funny little
He was
quotes.
witty.
Oh, yeah. There was a show called You Bet Your Life, and I enjoyed watching that. It was in reruns, of course, when I watched it, but it was on for whatever reason in the 80s and early 90s, so don't know if you can still find that somewhere. But Groucho Marx, our quote of the day, comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of GenesisGoldIRA.com. And I think this is pretty cool. And we're going to see a bunch of Christmas things now because the holidays just kind of wrapping up here. But two friends have surprised over 400 nursing home residents with Christmas gifts.
Oh,
What a cool story.
And when we always did there was a business that used to have a tree where you could go and pick up
Oh, yeah.
things for people in nursing homes, and I always did those. I preferred those over, because everybody does the ones for the kids.
Yeah.
But they're kind of the forgotten people,
From
aren't
Seminole,
they?
Florida, 2017, Barbara Rotunda and Jean Terrell McDonald, two friends from St. Petersburg, decided to spread a little holiday cheer with residents at Nurses Helping Hands. It's a local nursing home in that
Love
area.
it.
They started this in 2017. Little did they know what that simple act of kindness would evolve into. It's turned into a huge, huge thing now, and it created their own nonprofit, Residents Hope. Their inaugural year, the two of them spent about $120, and they had 13 individuals. Fast forward to last year, the dynamic duo had an incredible milestone. Through their nonprofit, they had the privilege of serving over 400 individuals
Love
in
it.
5 different facilities. And this year, July of 2023, they decided that they are going to, that's when they said, we're going to kick it up. We're going to kick it to the next level. And I'm looking to see if it has the number on here. I don't see a number on here, but I do have some information if you want to learn more about the organization. So anyway, they did kick it up a notch, and they say that they're a beacon of hope for seniors in nursing homes, offering not just gifts, but a sense of community and connection during the holidays. Their impact continues to grow, and the founders are determined to make each Christmas brighter for those who may otherwise be forgotten.
I love it. I love
that's
that
really,
so
really cool.
much.
And I know Christmas is past, but this story came out at Christmas, so I want to make sure I share it because I think it's cool. And if you would like to know more, they do have a link in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show.